So let me introduce myself. My name is Sumit Dupat, and I'm from SPW Expedition. I'm running this photo walk and workshop since last 2 years, and this is my new venture for online workshops. And today we are doing Lightroom photo editing, and we'll learn about the custom presets. This is the Lightroom application, and now we are just going to download one preset. That preset, customize that preset, and see how we can create our own presets. Okay, this is the main page of preset, free presets. So if you take your mouse cursor, you can just see the preset names. Now we will try this third dimension. After we click on it, it will take us to the preset page. And here we can see the sample images of this preset. If you think it suits your work, which you are going to do post process, you can download it. And here it says that how it will with. As default, the file will be downloaded folder. We just extract the file here, and you can see the folders. So one for the Mac OS, you can have the same presets folder here, and the other one is for Windows OS, Windows operating system. So you can open the folder which application you have. I have Lightroom 6, so this will be applicable for me. And you can see the preset extension will be LR template. So just be careful this when you are downloading preset for Lightroom, the extension of the file should be LR template. So we have to find where we will export it and where we will copy the preset, how it will be available. So in the Lightroom, we have to go to edit menu, and there will have preferences. In the preferences, we will have presets tab. And it's a very user-friendly application, so you'll find it tab for show Lightroom presets folder. So you don't need to struggle to find a folder. We have to just click on the folder. It will open the location and select the folder where presets resides. So it's a Lightroom folder where we will find develop presets. So in the Lightroom, we will have library and develop tab. So develop refers to this, and the presets will be showing only in the develop, not in library. So we have to open the develop tab. We'll find folders only, not the preset files. So presets resides under these folders. The name which you see with the arrow sign, that's those are folder names, and you have to expand it to see the presets. If you copy the presets right in the open area, then they'll come right below on the other folders in the application. So try avoid it to have better organized presets. Create a folder, name it, and paste the presets there. So now we are going to create a folder. I'm going to name the folder as SPW Online Workshop. I'm going to the location where preset downloaded. Third dimension. Copy in. And I'll paste it in the folder which I created, SPW Online Workshop. To make it this preset usable, we have to restart Lightroom. So we have to exit. This is the window where it says you can backup catalog. So it keeps backup the cache file of the Lightroom. So it will be optimized for better use, and you will have same settings every time when you open the Lightroom. We will skip this time. Now we will open it again. So we have to check the presets if it's loaded or not. This is the previous one. Okay, you can see it's already loaded and expanded. So if we select this preset, it will change the look of that image. But because our images are already underexposed, it doesn't work for us as we desired. So we have to adjust it as per our need. So I'm going to raise the exposure. I can raise the shadows. And I want to zoom it and see that if it's not impacting the sharpness level. So it's not impacting sharpness level. I can check the sharpness if adjusted or not. So it's at the default 25, and noise is also at the default 0. So there is no impact on the sharpness and noise level. So be careful whenever you're working with presets. You should take care about it, that it should not impact or could not uh, give negative impact on the image for sharpness or noise. So that's how the preset downloaded, and we can use it in our image. We can customize it as we said. And if we want to just save the preset, because downloaded one did not work for us, so we have to create a new preset with the same setting what we got now. So we have to go on top and click the plus sign. It will bring the window to create new preset. It's a new preset with preset wizard. So we have to select the folder where we want to place it. So this is the folder. So I'll name this whole preset as preset 2. And I've selected all the checkboxes, so all the settings and tones, whatever. So it's saved in the new preset for me. I can select auto tone also, so it will adjust the tone settings with auto function, but we don't want. So I'll just click on create. Okay, it says the preset is already there. I believe it selected the option. You can see that preset is created, and if we just reset this image and select our own, we'll get the feel what we want. So, which were we were not getting with the loaded presets. So that way we can create our own. We have to just adjust the image as per our need, what look and feel we want. The street photography work should not be oversaturated. We have to be very careful. And if we find elements showing beautiful colors or it's having major impact in the image, we can have that. We have seen festive images from festival. They are look very vibrant, saturated, so they look good. But most of the time, we just avoid saturated colors. Clarity can be high to show details. We can crop the image to make it look more impactful. I just keep the pointers around eyes and the fingers. We can and we can do lens correction, which so it will not look distorted. Remove chromatic aberration, so color casting will be removed. We can add unity effect, so the image pops out. Now we can create a preset tree. So this will be our own created. If we reset the image and select our own preset, just see that how much time it saved for us. We don't have to do much. We just apply the preset and crop it, and it gives the same effect. So that's how we work with the presets, and we can play with the. We can download it as per our need and customize it, and we can create our own. We can extend this session by 30 minutes, and that's not a problem. So you can just put your questions here in the chat.
My basic this thing was how to import the presets, which I kind of got clarity on. I tried creating one in the break in between. Downloading one, putting it into the folder, and seeing. But I had missed some steps. So when you recap now, I was able to do it, and I can see the presets now.
So you now you are more confident that you can work with that.
Yeah, I am. Yes, sure.
So my mission accomplished. I am able to help someone.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into editing for quite some time, because idly I've not been editing the images at all that I've been clicking. They've been absolute unedited images.
Understand.
My idea is not to post process. My idea is not to go into the layer. I've just been doing this as a serious hobby, I would call that. And everybody, a lot of people have said, okay, fine, I quite like what I click. But a couple of professionals in the field have been telling me, no, you need to slightly fine tune them, learn, get into editing. And editing is something I've been completely ignoring.
I want to point out something here. I want to point out, actually, many people I heard they avoid post-processing and they take it as a negative thing. But it's not like that. The thing about it, we have to, when we are going to do post-processing, we should not have in mind that we are going to make it a thing from different planet. That's not our aim.
Right.
We want to show the subject in as good or as natural as possible, which look beautiful to eyes. So post processing is nothing but make a magic thing, but it's just showing the beauty of a subject, but not the distractions around it. If there are some blemishes and all on the subject, we can correct it. So we don't want to show blemishes for subject. So what they think that more colors or more saturation make picture beautiful, but it is not like that. Even if flower do lose old details when we saturate colors, so we have to be very careful.
Right.
Skin tone we never touch for post processing. We have to be very careful that what skin tone we need. If you are into portrait, then you can find different skin tones supported for post processing. We have to work around on those skin tones only. We can easily find those labels. So you can type your questions if anyone has around post processing. I never mind. I can go beyond this Lightroom.
Right. For me, I've just been avoiding getting into processing. Maybe just being very lazy about wanting to learn post processing. And a friend of mine shared her Lightroom with me also. But I've just not been wanting to get into touching it. So now I think this will at least get me started on that line. And recently, I started doing a little tweak on my phone with Snapseed. So which is, it works well on the phone, right? But if you want to do something maybe this is what was needed to get to start exploring the software at least.
Yes, yes. Even the Lightroom for mobile is also as good as a desktop, I can see. If you are new
Yes,
to
yes,
post processing, even Lightroom mobile can help you. It's a free, so available, and it still can give you good hands-on.
right. I'll look at some presets for Lightroom mobile also and see if I can add them there and see how it works.
Yes,
Right.
and there is a very good technique to create presets. You can just check the values what each adjustment has, and you can play around it.
Right. Right.
Some of the presets I created, it took at least hours. Couple of hours I took to create a preset to reach that
Right.
quality. So it demands effort.
So maybe after using the software and getting more familiar with it, maybe I'll try and create something.
Yes, yes, definitely.
What is your preference, or what would you suggest to somebody who wants to start learning post-processing software, Photoshop or Lightroom?
Lightroom is more of a user friendly. It gives
Okay.
more liberty to you for a new photographer, and it is as good as Photoshop. But when we do very minor level photo editing and post processing, we still go to Photoshop. There are like
Okay.
cloning feature I like most about in a Photoshop. Cloning is also there in the Lightroom, but it is very different compared to Photoshop.
Okay.
If very visible object or elements you want to clone, you can easily do in Lightroom. If there is very minor distraction point which is visible, you don't want to touch any other pixel around the distraction, then you have to go to Photoshop. There are still few filters which works best in Photoshop. So if anyone working with the Lightroom and Photoshop, they must understand that uh, uh, how important it is to make a balance.
So you can start with
Sometimes,
Photoshop, with
sometimes,
Lightroom and move to Photoshop.
yes, yes. Sometimes I have to start with Photoshop, or sometimes I have to start with Lightroom.
Okay.
So there is no fixed rule. I can start with the Lightroom and then go to Photoshop. So it all depends. But as my personal preference, I always work with the Lightroom first. This is my personal
No,
preference.
I mean, as a beginner, the beginner's journey should be Lightroom to Photoshop.
Yes, yes. It is more easy to transit from Lightroom to Photoshop because
Okay.
Photoshop demands more effort and more in-depth knowledge in the processing part, and Lightroom will give you some presets and all. It will give you some confidence, so you can reach next step
Okay.
in post processing.
Right.
So the more confidence you have, then you can reach. Because after 1 year working with Lightroom, I found a saturation in that some things I'm not able to work in. So then I started
Okay.
move gradually into Photoshop, and now I feel more confident, more comfortable. Because when I'm stuck with the Lightroom, I'm reaching a point where I can't do much. Then I go to Photoshop and correct that thing, and then come back to Lightroom and proceed further. It's like that.
Okay.
So that minor level processing is advisable to do it in Photoshop, but presets and all will always helpful in Lightroom. So you will be more ready with the images in less time.
Great.
If later also you find anything which you want to ask, you can send me email or WhatsApp. I'll try to help you.
I'll get back to you in case I get stuck somewhere with.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. I think, yeah, thanks. I think anyways, there's nobody else
Yes,
in the
we are
meeting
only
right
two.
now. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the help.
Most welcome.